welcome to the University of Minnesota and TCF Bank Stadium for State Class 6A football. A quarterfinal matchup for you tonight between the Roseville Raiders at 8-2 and the 10-0 Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Bill Hunstock. And Bill, a great venue and a great opportunity for both of these teams. Haven't been there in a while for both of them, and an exciting night for them to get a chance to play in a big stadium like this.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the premier stadiums in the entire region, so this is a great place to play, home of the Gophers, and it's a beautiful night to be out playing high school football, so what more can we ask?
Maple Grove, a tremendous defensive season this year. They've done well offensively on the ground, but defensively they're going to be faced with a challenge. Roseville is a team that's thrown the ball very well all season.
Well, they've got a very good passing attack. They've got an excellent quarterback who's thrown for over 2,500 yards in 10 games, so that's an amazing thing right there. But even more so, 30 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. So the passing game for Roseville is going to be a real challenge for Maple Grove tonight.
Crimson have been so solid on the ground. You keep thinking, you know, there's teams that are going to be able to force them to throw, but it really hasn't happened yet.
No, not at all. And we thought last week when we saw Minnetonka, they might put 8-9 guys up in the box and really force the Crimson to throw the ball. They didn't. Crimson threw the ball okay. But they're okay throwing 5 passes and completing 2 and 1 for a touchdown. They'll be happy with that. But I really think you have to really work to take the running game away from Maple Grove.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest. First of all, for the Raiders, a guy who will see action on defense, but also offensively. What a season junior Jesper Horsted has had out at the receiver spot.
Oh, yes. Jesper Horsted has really done a fine job. Not in the total number of catches that he's had. He's had 52 receptions, which is very good. But the number of yards, well over 1,100 yards of receiving. So he's a big-time receiver. He's tall, he's rangy, he moves well, and 6'3", 200-pound guy in the secondary isn't bad either.
And for Maple Grove, a guy who will also see a little bit of time on both sides of the ball, but he's primarily a defensive guy, and quite a bit of his night might be spent against Horsted. That's Adam Brandt, who's had a real nice year for them.
Yeah, he's done a great job all season. He's kind of set the tone for the secondary on pass defense. Adam Brandt has broken up big passes in every game I've seen him play this year, and he's a very feisty guy. He's given away about 5 inches in height to Horsted, and if they're on the same side a lot, I think that's an interesting matchup because you've got the tenacity of Brandt and the size and skill of Horsted going head-to-head. I think that's going to be very good. But I really believe that Maple Grove is going to have to work very hard to pressure the quarterback, Perra, and they're going to have to work very hard to keep him from having open receivers and force them to run the ball. So it's kind of a real interesting chess match between the run games and pass games for both these teams.
All right, final outdoor games of the season as we'll move inside for the semifinals. It's the co-runner-up of the Suburban East, Roseville, against the Northwest Suburban North Division champion, Maple Grove, and it comes your way next here on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Wieneke, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
And welcome back here to TCF Bank Stadium. A chilly night, a little bit of breeze, but overall I don't think the weather is going to be much of a factor in this game. And that's probably good news, especially for Roseville, because they're a team that likes to throw the football around quite a bit. So they will get first opportunity with the football as well, as they won the toss and will receive. And back deep for the Raiders will be Andrew Colvard, number 24, along with Tommy Arkand, number 6. As Tyler Knutson will boot it away here for the Crimson. You never know on these last nights of high school football, what it might be like outside. And of course, this is going to become the home of the state playoffs until the new Viking Stadium is completed. So we could have some cold weather / snow kind of games coming up in the next couple of years, possibly. So
well, we've seen some nasty weather around Thanksgiving, and that's typically when we play the high school championships. So it could be interesting for a couple of years here.
Knutson will put his foot to it. He kicks it short to Kolvard at about the 15-yard line, coming up the left side, and his momentum stopped as he's cut down at the 26. And Roseville, Coach Chris Simdorn and crew will come out for their first possession. As we said, excellent quarterback for the Raiders as Jacques Perra has had a dynamite year for them. And he's a guy that Maple Grove is going to have to be ready for. You look at those really sparkling numbers. Big kid, too. Strong arm.
He's got a very nice release. Watching him in warm-up, he's got a very nice release. He throws a very nice ball.
First offensive play of the game, and it's going to be a handoff to the fullback Beckham, and Peter Olson rides him down after a gain of about 4. Matthew Peckham has been their top rusher this year. And it'll be a second down, and I'm sure they feel that they've got to establish some run too, and not give Maple Grove a chance to just tee off and chase people all over the field.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mostly out of the shotgun. We'll see Perra tonight. Looking to throw, fires, and the pass complete, and it'll be enough for the first down as he's able to hook up there with Jesper Horsted.
Here we see a quick slant. Tough pass to defend. We see that at every level, that quick slant. Ball's gone in 1.5 seconds, and it's very tough to put pressure on the quarterback, and it's a very tough pass to defend if you don't have anybody in the underneath of that route. It's almost impossible for one guy to stop.
Pickup of 12 and a first down there for the Raiders. And a flag down. This might be a delay of game, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Usually when it comes from the back judge, that's what it is, because he is the official keeper of the clock.
So march it back 5, and it'll be 1st and 15 coming up for the Raiders. I confess, didn't really notice for sure if they're using the play clock here. It looks like they are. Sometimes when you go into the bigger facilities, they don't have it activated for high school games, but
right.
They do here, it looks like tonight. Perra, pressure coming, and down he goes. Perra wrapped up and sacked by Emmanuel Erich. He looked calm in the pocket. It looked like he thought he could maybe shake him off, but it didn't quite work out that way as Erich able to hang on around the legs and get the sack.
Yeah, Erich got pretty good movement coming upfield and evaded the block of the running back, and was able to bring Perra down for a big loss, second and quite long.
Loss of 9 on that sack. Perra in trouble again. He gets away. Erich chasing him to the outside. Ball comes loose, and it's going to be recovered by Olson. Crimson football. Olson is going to go in for the touchdown. Peter Olson continuing his strong postseason as he runs that one in on the fumble recovery, and Maple Grove is going to be on the board early in this one with a defensive score.
Well, that's a huge defensive play for the Crimson, and Peter Olson, who was right there when that ball came loose from Jacques Perra's hand, and scooped that up, got a broken tackle, and got into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night.
Knutson on for the extra point, and his kick is good. So with 9:57 to play here in the first quarter. Maple Grove will strike first. See if we can see who pops this one out from Perra. So he got by the first wave. It's Erich that gets to him, and then coming over, another body hitting him from the side. He was close to being down. I thought for a moment they might possibly rule him down, but he was on the way down, but definitely not quite there. See
and
the
you
ball.
can see, you can see,
boy, that's very
it's close. And you can see Erich has nothing but the football
and
right
Franta
from the get-go.
was coming in to help out, and then Olsen breaks a nice tackle there. You're thinking at first this is going to be a great field position even if that guy gets him, but Olsen ran like a running back. You see again, this is one that's close enough that
his knee never actually hits the ground until his butt's the first one to hit, part of his body hit the ground.
And you saw the beanbag come in there, and they clearly, I think it's the right call. It was definitely very close, but Maple Grove gets on the board quickly.
And that's obviously exactly what Roseville did not want. Not only do you never want to give up a defensive touchdown, but it's very tough to come back against these guys.
Here's Colvard breaking through the first wave. Stiff arm and out near the 45-yard line. As Colvard with a strong return for the Raiders, trying to get them back headed in the right direction. Chris Fondakowski able to cut his legs out from under him, but not till he reaches the 45. So Roseville going to have to try and shake that off. The early fumble there for Perra, and they will get the football right back in good field position at their 44 is where they'll spot it here on their second possession of the game. And Erich jumping offside here. I see if he was drawn. I don't think so.
No.
Just eager to get started off the edge there. And so Maple Grove will be penalized for the first time here tonight. And make it a first down and 5 here for the Raiders.
Does this change your play call, Jay? 1st and 5 compared to 1st and 10?
I think it potentially sure could. Perra going to hand it off here, and Peckham got knocked down, is able to get free off his block a little bit. There was errors and just kind of fell into his legs and took his feet out.
Yep.
Looked like there was more room to run there a little bit. There's a look at Chris Simdorn, Raiders head coach, and 13th year as their head coach. He was an assistant prior to that, and of course a good career at North Dakota State and Minneapolis product, Roosevelt High School. And Bill, you're telling me that you recruited him a little bit.
Yeah, I had 2-3 guys from his class at Roosevelt that played for me at Augsburg. So
Perra going deep down the sideline, and did he get it? No.
Nice grab.
Yeah, looked like a nice catch by Horsted, but he was not able to stay in bounds. Pretty well defended, but here comes that height difference we talked about as Brandt is there, but yeah, he's definitely out. Yeah. Nice catch on the juggle too. He didn't have it cleanly the first time around, but so a 3rd down and 1. We'll get that early penalty, and now you're going to afford to take that long chance down the sideline.
Yeah, and you want to try to make the defense play pass defense all over the field, and stretching them like that is we pretty well know is a good way to do it.
3rd and a yard. Perra's going to run this one himself, and he will have the first down. Well blocked to the outside as he gets to the corner and forced out of bounds down at the 31-yard line. And a pickup of about 16 for Perra.
No, we had heard that Perra was a pretty good runner. You see a very nice block by Peckham on the flank there. I believe that was Erich that he made the block on, and Perra's got good legs, big, strong guy.
Yeah, Matt Lombardi's going to quickly use a timeout, as we well know from his days even at Wayzata. Never hesitated if he saw something he didn't like to quickly use a timeout. And he's out there. You know, they allowed him to break contain, I think, which is kind of a no-no in any defense, and I think that's probably what he's what he was most upset with, is you cannot let him get outside you there.
Exactly. That's that's been his mantra for as long as I've known Matt as a defensive coach, is that you know, they want to stretch everything out, stretch it to the sideline, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Don't let them outflank you. Don't let them turn the corner. And that's exactly what Perra was able to do, to the tune of, what, 12 or 15 yards. So, and like you said, Lombardi doesn't hesitate to call a timeout and try to fix something if he thinks it's wrong right now.
From the 31 of Maple Grove, 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. Perra dropping to throw. Good time going deep down the sideline. He's got a man and a touchdown. Horsted just able to stay into the back of the end zone. A perfect strike from Perra, and the Raiders are on the board.
I didn't know what kind of speed Horsted had, but I noticed that as he came free, he had 2 full strides on Adam Brandt when he got to the end zone. So that's a pretty open receiver, a pretty nice throw by Perra.
Jose Salinas on to attempt the extra point, and his kick is good. And so with 8:51 to go here in the first quarter, Roseville has evened things up at 7 apiece, going up and over the top of Brandt, and Horsted winning the battle that time.
And it's just a one-on-one break right there, and you can see that Brandt's playing catch-up right from the get-go.
You know, and that coverage right there against a lot of teams in high school ball, you could probably get away with it because you don't have a quarterback who's going to be able to drop that one in. But not so against the Raiders.
That was a very nicely executed drive. Obviously, Perra and the rest of the offense forgot about that fumble and put together a very nice possession, used a couple of pretty good runs and a very nice long pass to generate the score.
Salinas will kick off. Isaac Collins, number 3. Clark Wieneke, 22, waiting back deep. Maple Grove will be getting the football for the first time. We've had a very eventful first 3 minutes, and it's going to be chipped short. This could be a tough one. Batted around, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Maple Grove football. Crimson unable to come up with that one cleanly. I think Tyler Coyne, a fullback, was the first guy to get his hands on it, but couldn't bring it in, but neither could any of the Raiders.
And this is one of the things I love about kickoff, is that you can put that ball right around the numbers, right around the 30, 35-yard line against a lot of return teams. That's a pretty good kick, and you got a pretty good chance of getting it.
We look at Evan Pukal, who's taken over late in the season with an injury to Carl Altenberg as the quarterback. Goes with the toss here, and Wieneke has a lot of room on first down, and Wieneke will be very close to and appears to have a first down as he rips off a gain of 13 or so on first down.
Here's the toss sweep, and this is really a nice toss sweep that Maple Grove runs. They're not looking to get wide outside. They're looking to split a running lane just outside the tackle, and when they hit it, that's a pretty nice result right there.
Well blocked up front. Good line for this Crimson team. So from the 44 now, 1st and 10 Maple Grove. Hand off to Tahi Nomane, who comes in the running back slot there, and he fights his way forward for a good pickup of about 4. And obviously Crimson fans know that we'll see a lot of both of those guys interchanging in the backfield and occasionally playing in there together as well. But Wieneke and Nomane will each presumably get a lot of carries here this evening.
Yeah, it's a very balanced running attack between both of those guys, and they do a wide variety of formations, but they run the ball pretty effectively.
Wieneke coming in motion, takes the pitch, cutting it back, and he is chopped down as he's going to be very close to another first down at the 46 of Roseville. From up here, it looks to be right about at the marker. They may have to bring the chains in. So look at Matt Lombardi, as it is indeed a first down as he's sending another play in right here. Matt obviously had been a defensive guru, but is running the offense here at Maple Grove. switched to that last year. So 1st and 10 now from the Roseville 46. Good start to this game, 7-7. A defensive touchdown for Maple Grove. Roseville answered with a long scoring pass. Here's Nomane with a head of steam forward. That's a tough guy to bring down. He has been running really hard the last couple weeks. I thought last week he came at Minnetonka with great burst. He'd been battling a little bit of an ankle injury earlier in the year, but he looks to be healthier right now.
Yeah, when the first game we saw him, he was right off of that ankle injury, and he wasn't particularly effective early in the season. But as the season came on, he really wound into his own there and did a very good job last week and starting off nicely this week.
Here's Wieneke taking the toss. Stood up and fights forward for another first down near the 32-yard line here for the Crimson, as they'll rip off another gain of 8, and they have done a good job blocking this Raiders front. Kind of a 3-5 look from Roseville. And so far, they've been back on their heels as Maple Grove is really run effectively this first time getting the football.
And the Maple Grove running attack is one of the things I like about it is that their running backs are almost always running at the line of scrimmage. They get going north and south very quickly.
Collins coming in motion. They fake it to him, and Nomane takes the handoff. Nomane inside the 20, spun down by Colvard. Down inside the 15-yard line. Going to be another first down. Maple Grove having its way on the ground so far.
Yeah, you can see Coyne making a nice block on the first level from his fullback spot. If you watch him come through the line here, bang, right there.
Colvard did a pretty good job sticking with it as he ended up making the tackle, even though he was effectively neutralized there by Coyne early on. From the 14 now, first down. Counter play going to Wieneke. He got out in front of his blocker a little bit there, but couldn't afford to wait anymore. And even though it looked a little disjointed, it's going to be about a 4-yard pickup there for Clark.
Yeah, and again, Colvard's coming up. The linebackers for both these defenses are very active. The 3-5 encourages the defense to be very active and move linebackers all over the place. Colvard's getting a workout so far on this possession.
2nd down and 6 now for Maple Grove as they try and finish what's been a very good drive. This time Collins will get the handoff, and he is met and wrapped up. And Collins, not a very big guy. He's no chance to get away on that one, and they will lose about 5 on the play.
When this is a play that a couple of weeks ago Maple Grove introduced or first started to run, and the first few times they ran it against Champlin Park, he was around the corner in a heartbeat. And I believe that Roseville figured that out.
Yeah, I think they were definitely aware of it. That's the thing, there are no secrets anymore. These teams they've probably looked at every game Maple Grove's played this year.
I would guess, yep.
3rd down and 11 now for Maple Grove. Will Puka will have to go to the air for the first time. Dropping to throw, rush coming, and he's blasted and drilled by Horsted as he tried to get it out to Collins in the flat, and it'll fall incomplete. And looks like field goal time for Maple Grove. Puka
gets hit pretty hard here just before he releases the ball. You see Horsted bang right there.
So Knutson will come on to try a field goal. This will be a 32-yard attempt. Zach Corbin, the holder. Knutson's kick has plenty of leg, and it is up, and it is no good, though. Wide to the left.
Yep.
From up here, we couldn't really tell. Looked like it might have had possibilities, but a misses wide left. So we stay at 7-7. Roseville's defense holds after Maple Grove had put together a nice drive, but they stop them at about the 10 and force a field goal try, and we should get a real good look at it here. Part way up, it looks good, but you see it definitely missed.
It just drifted off to the kicker's left there just a little bit.
So Roseville football at the 20. They had a fumble that led directly to a touchdown. Then they came back with a good scoring drive. Here's Perra going to run it out of that shotgun and stacked up pretty early on. He'll pick up 3, maybe 4. Maple Grove says they've got the football. Let's see.
No, the official is calling, the linesman is calling for a 2nd down. So That's good. That's good defense though, right there. Though, anytime the ball lies on the floor, you got two guys grabbing at it, and nine guys signaling it's our ball.
See, if and when Perra ends up losing this one, still got it at this point, and they ripped it out. I think they're ruling that progress was
pretty well stopped, but that's the second time he's lost control of the football.
Perra wants to go deep down that sideline again, looking for Horsted, and he's got it. Horsted will haul it in at the Maple Grove 41-yard line. Pickup of 36 more. Maple Grove, I think, wanting a little bit of a push-off, but they're not going to get it.
No, and I think Adam Brandt saying I pushed the guy as hard as I could, and he still caught the ball.
See a little hand fighting there, but another excellent throw. Yeah, good no call.
Yeah, it was very good.
Both guys out a little bit, but
both guys had arms extended. So, but it just shows you that the throw and catch relationship between Horsted and Perra is very good.
Colvard met and dropped for a loss. Erich got up there early, and Ayers and Whitecotton able to finish him off. Loss of about a yard on the play. So second down and 11 coming up here for the Raiders. 3:20 to go here, first quarter from the TCF Bank Stadium at the University of Minnesota. 7-7 our score. The winner gets Rosemount in the semis. The Irish won big here on this field before this one. Here's the throw and catch as Jordan Gannon goes to the ground to make the grab. They will not have enough for the first down, but still a nice gainer.
And that was a nicely set up pattern. The route was an inside release, quick slant, but the slot receiver just backed out like he was going on a bubble screen, and the defender went with the bubble screen and opened up the slant route.
Third down and 3 now for Roseville. Perra up to tell his center something here, and then back into the gun, and he's going to run it. Perra reaching that ball toward the 30-yard line, and he should have enough for the first down here, as he needed 3 and gets about 4. And Roseville's march continues. You see a great blocks up front. Boy, they dominated the middle of that line.
They surely
Tahi
did.
Hot in the center was dynamite on that one. Play coming in fairly late in the sequence here, as they're down to 10 seconds to go now on the play clock, but should have time to get it off. First down and 10, Roseville. Perra stepping up, now is hit and dropped for a loss. Erich will have his second sack of the night. Was reasonably well blocked early, but then the step up by Perra gave Erich a lane to break away from his blocker there.
Well, there was really nobody open to throw to. Very, very nicely done by the secondary. And Erich is a tenacious pass rusher. He keeps after it until he gets to the quarterback. And this is where the passes that have been successful for Roseville have been those less than 2 seconds holding the ball and launching it. If he's going to hold the ball 3-4 seconds, he's going to be getting jostled around a little bit.
And Roseville is going to use a timeout here, as they didn't seem to be certain with formation, and the play clock was starting to run down a little bit. So Raiders use their first timeout here. 1:23 to go in this first quarter, and it's been a very eventful first quarter here, Bill. 7-7, and we've had a good drive by Maple Grove that didn't result in more points for them, and now a good drive back again by the Raiders. It hasn't just been the plays that were scored on that had action. This has been a good one so far.
Yeah, both teams have executed the things that they do well, very well, and both defenses have been pressured by those things. We've seen some very nice passes from Perra to Horsted. We've seen excellent running from the Maple Grove backs, from Nomane and Wieneke, and both offensive lines have done what they do well. I think this is going to continue to be a good game.
2nd and 13 after the timeout here for Roseville after the first down sack.
Trips to the right this time.
Perra looked left first, now running rolling out to his right. He's going to throw it on the run up for Horsted. Brandt is there, and Brandt will win this battle, breaks it up. And a long incompletion, and third down and long coming up here. Just an improvisation there at the end as Perra scrambled to his right and thought he could get that one up in the air enough for Horsted, but didn't quite do it.
Well, there was good pressure, and Horsted does a nice job of using his height to go through and over Adam Brandt to knock that ball down. Otherwise, Brandt had the better position to put a grab on it.
So here's the 3rd and 13 now for Roseville. Pressure coming up the middle. Perra turns, fires, and complete. Going to be short of the first down, but Horsted will make the grab down around the 22. Should certainly put them in a spot where they would feel comfortable going for it here if they so choose. It'll be 4th and 2 or 3.
Adam Brandt making the sure tackle, but he's really getting pressured. He's got deep route, and then all of a sudden he faked the fade and come back with the fade stop, and Horsted is right there.
4th and 3 for Roseville. No thought of a field goal, it didn't look like. Now they're going to use a timeout, as once again they were a little bit late getting that play in, and now going to talk things over here. I doubt that they'll be changing their mind about going for it, but I think they were just not happy with how long it took to get that play in, and so they're going to make sure that they've got an opportunity here to run the play the way they want to, and everybody's on the same page.
Absolutely, and Coach Simdorn made a couple of comments to the head linesman and to the referee when he came out on the field about how quickly you start in that play clock. It's different officiating groups have within the confines of the rules how quickly they chop the ball ready to play. Some referees let it go for a couple of seconds and make sure everything is there. Other referees, as soon as they see the ball ready, boom, they let it go. And if you're used to one style for a period of time, and all of a sudden your sequencing is 5 seconds faster, it's a little bit tougher to adjust to.
And I wonder, in a lot of ways, having the clock visible to you is an advantage, but it also, I think, adds to the tension when you can see it counting down, down to 5 or so.
Yeah.
Here's the 4th down play. Peckham takes the handoff, and he will drive forward and have the first down. Engelken on the stop for Maple Grove, but they show that they've got a running game that is able to get some things done as well, as Peckham will pick it up.
And pretty nicely blocked by the interior 3 guys for Roseville, the center and the 2 guards, to get that seam for Peckham to get the 4 yards that they needed.
Looks like they may try and snap this before the quarter ends, as we've gone under 10 to play in this first quarter. Perra rolling out to his right, throws on the run, and Horsted dropped that one with 1 second to go in the quarter. Boy, he put that one right on his hands, and Horsted that time his first mistake of the night, as he's not quite able to haul that one in. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And pretty good pressure by Peter Olson and Erich to, I think, force that a little bit quicker than Perra actually would have been comfortable with. But by the same token, if he'd have waited 1 more second, Horsted would have been out of bounds when the ball got there. So
2nd and 10, Raiders from the Crimson 19.
So 2nd down should be the final play of the quarter, barring a penalty here. Perra is going to run it, trying to get in behind Peckham and go. And they try and rip the ball free, but he hangs on down near the 10-yard line. And so Roseville will have a 3rd and short coming up when we change ends here. We have completed 1 quarter of football here tonight at TCF Bank Stadium. Roseville and Maple Grove all even up at 7 apiece here on 12 Sports.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed whips it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ. Channel 12, your local source.
Cool but clear evening here at TCF Bank Stadium as we begin quarter number 2 in the state class 6A quarterfinals. Roseville and Maple Grove even up at 7 apiece. Roseville has the football on Maple Grove's 11-yard line. They'll have a 3rd down and 2 coming up as we begin this second quarter. And a very eventful first quarter and a pretty good quarter for the offenses, although Maple Grove got 1 score defensively on a Peter Olson fumble return after they knocked the ball free from Perra. Here's the 3rd down play. They're going to go to Peckham. Bounces off of Olson and looks like he should have enough for the 1st down as he advances it down to about the 8-yard line, and it will indeed be another 1st down for the Raiders. They had 5 first downs in the first quarter and Maple Grove had 4, so both teams moving the ball relatively well.
Absolutely, and it's 1st and goal now at the 8-yard line. And this is where it'll be interesting to see how Roseville's offense moves, because if you're a predominantly passing offense, typically by the time you get down to this end of the field, it's a little bit tougher to throw the football.
Now do have tight ends in there, or a tight end I should say, in a 2-back set. Perra rolling this time to his left, throwing and incomplete for Horsted. Brandt back there. Brandt's going to have his hands full all night. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, as we've seen already. And that time he had great coverage.
And he's going to have a short memory a lot, because if he's out there by himself with Horsted, he's going to have some, like you said, Jay, he's going to have some where he's going to be beat like he was on the touchdown, and others where he's going to look pretty good like he did right there. And others are going to be a pushing match between the two of them, and something else will happen.
2nd and goal now from the 8. Roseville came out in more of a power set and did not elect to run that ball on 1st down. We'll see if they do on 2nd. No, he's looking to throw again. Fires, has the completion to Horsted. Brandt drags him down at about the 2 or 3. So they keep him out of the end zone, but they do get the completion.
And Horsted showing me some pretty good route running capabilities, because Brandt is trying to align to take the slant away, and he still is able to get free. Not much free, but at 6'3" or 6'4" against Brandt, all he has to do is get his shoulders turned, and he's blocked the defender out.
3rd and goal. They're going to go to Peckham, and he will get in for the touchdown. Roseville grabs the lead as Peckham finishes the drive with a short 2-yard run for the touchdown.
And Peckham was essentially not touched going into the end zone. They ran right off the right tackle spot and did a very nice job getting the ball in the end zone.
Almost as though Maple Grove was maybe surprised that they ran the ball in that spot. Salinas on to attempt the extra point, and his kick is up, and it is good. And so with 10:51 to go here in the second quarter, Roseville grabs a 14-7 lead.
Good seal by the right offensive tackle. Good kick out by the by number 75. The lined up in the tight end. Now Dickie Olson and the tackle over. And Collins just is not able to bring Peckham down. Peckham's got a little bit more size and had a little bit more momentum than Collins did. So pretty nice touchdown there, Jay. This is the first time I've seen any of the games that I've been with Maple Grove where they've been behind in the game. It'll be interesting to see how they handle in a trailing situation.
And you get the feeling that Roseville, this isn't a fluke that they're moving the ball the way they are. They're going to have their hands full all night.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I noticed that Maple Grove changed their kickoff return alignment to make sure that their people placed.
Salinas puts it on the ground, and Coyne grabs it and falls on the turf at the 24-yard line. So the Crimson will have the football back. They had a lot to be happy about with the way they moved the ball last time, although it ended up in a missed field goal. But they kind of pretty much ran at will. Nomane and Wieneke were ripping off big chunks of yardage. The only real negative play Well, was the sweep,
the jet sweep,
Collins had a loss of 5, but then they were forced to throw on third, and Pucol was hit as he threw. So prior to that, they've been kind of sailing along offensively as well, and they're going to need to do so again throughout the evening here. From the 24, here's the toss going to Wieneke. Slips through the first wave there, and then is brought down. Vihild on the tackle there for Roseville. Tommy Vihild brings him down after a gain of about 4, maybe 5. And they'll call it 4 up on the big board here at TCF Bank Stadium. And obviously, great facilities for us to do a game in, Bill, and the great scoreboard for all the fans is really nice too.
Yeah, this is a fantastic facility.
Pucol turns and gives to Nomane, breaks an arm tackle. Nomane keeps driving. They tried to drag the football out of there. Going to be very close. It looks like he may have the first down near the 35. And it will indeed be a first down for the Crimson.
One thing that Tahi Nomane brings is he's got good speed. He and Clark Wieneke both have good speed. They're both very tough runners, but he's just got a little bit more weight and packs a little bit more punch, so that as he gets hit, his momentum carries him a little bit further.
Yeah, they're both very good. A little bit different back, so you're right.
Yeah, very much so.
First down and 10 for Pucol and company. Here's the handoff to Wieneke. Gets a great block up front and then is lifted off his feet. Boy, the young tackle, Awasika, he lit somebody up.
Absolutely. Nice tackle one-on-one by Jordan Gannon.
Give him a pickup of 4 on the play.
It looked like that was stopped for nearly no gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards, and you look up and he's 4 yards, 5 yards down the field.
Second down here for the Crimson. Pucol gives it to Nomane, and he is knocked off balance, but will have the first down out over the 45. And they continue to run the ball very effectively here in this first half.
Yeah, pretty good one-on-one tackle by one of the linebackers in there, number 41, Jamie Boggio, who came up and made a pretty good hit, but not until Tahi Nomane had gone past the line to gain.
Toss back goes to Wieneke, and again some room. Wieneke breaking through a tackle and then brought down. But again, the Crimson doing a great job on the ground game. Joe Farmer makes the stop.
See Wieneke looking to turn upfield. That's one of the things I like about this offense and the way these backs run. He's looking right here. You see him. He got that, and you see the overrun by the linebacker. As soon as that linebacker gets even with the running back should know that if he turns up, he's got that seam.
Boggio had his tackle broken there. Here's a give to Nomane. Cuts it back. He breaks through a tackle. And run down finally there by Horsted, but another big gainer for Maple Grove.
I'm really impressed with the speed of Horsted. Horsted comes all the way across from our left to make this play on a guy who's got pretty good speed.
Maple Grove, as Nomane picks up 16 more there. First down from the 25-yard line here of Roseville, trying to battle back, trailing at 14-7. A little under 8 to go first half. Here's Wieneke on the counter, cutting it back. Wrapped up that time up high by Dimler.
Tackle for the Raiders.
Wieneke will be held to about 3 on that one.
4-yard gain to the 22-yard line.
I'm impressed. I've been impressed all year, but Clark Wieneke continues to impress me with his ability to find a seam and get into it. That time he made a nice left-hand turn by planting his right foot and getting right up into the seam right now.
Fake it to Collins. Here's Nomane. Nomane brought down by Boggio that time. He'll be short of the first down, it appears. Where he bounced to maybe was going to be, well, maybe not. No, it looks like he might have enough.
I think he right at the end of the play here, he gets boink right there. he gets that extra lunge just as Boggio was making the hit, that he was able to lunge just enough to get the first down at about the 16-yard line.
First down again here for the Crimson. Toss back goes to Wieneke, cuts it back. Horsted rides him down at about the 10. But again, they're solid, a variety of plays, but they've pretty much all been successful, as we said, except for the one sweep.
And watching their, if you really watching their blocking schemes, they don't, regardless of what the backfield action is, their blocking schemes stay fairly consistent throughout. So their linemen don't have to do a wide variety of things. They just have to do things well.
Nomane on the carry, and not nearly as much space that time as Jackson Dobbs got to him, held him to a gain of about a yard. And it will bring up a third down, about 3 to go here for Maple Grove at the 9-yard line of Roseville. We've reached the halfway point now of the second quarter. Maple Grove trailing at 14-7. They are undefeated on the year, but obviously, Bill, you get to the final 8, you're going to be facing good teams.
Yeah, there's nobody that doesn't deserve to be here.
Collins in motion. They go the toss the other way to Wieneke, and he slips and falls. Wieneke, as he made that cut, and he'll be stopped right at the line.
Boy, and he had a nice seam to run to. Look at his right hand right there. See that? That's what he sees, and all of a sudden his feet are gone.
I noticed the turf is a little bit slippery when we were down beforehand. It's kind of the guys who sell you the turf field would like to tell you that there's never any slipperiness, but I don't think
when
it's
it gets
true.
a little bit icy, we had just a little bit of icy snow the other day, and that makes a big difference.
Fourth down, Nomane powering forward, and I don't think he's going to get this one. It's going to be Roseville football as they will hold on downs. He got about 2, but he needed all of 3 yards, and Roseville is able to hold with a big defensive stop.
That's a second possession in a row where Roseville has been able to come up with a big play deep in their own zone to stop Maple Grove. And boy, when that play started, I thought that was going to be easily a first down, and the linebackers closed it very nicely. And
Vigil in on the stop there. So Roseville, the one problem is they're at their own 8-yard line now. First down and 10. Perra rolling to his left. Rush coming. Engelken's going to get to him all the way back at the 1-yard line. Just got away from the end zone enough to avoid the safety.
Yeah.
But a big loss there. Perra couldn't quite get rid of this ball either because Engelken was so close to him by this point. You see his eyes are still downfield right here. And he's confident, I think, in his own ability to avoid a single rusher, but it didn't happen. Engelken stayed under control and gets the sack.
Boy, and I thought Engelken had played the wrong side of Perra's body as well, but he does a good job of staying with the rush and making a big play, a loss of about 8.
You know these guys are thinking safety now as the ball is right at the 1-yard line. Perra is going to look to throw it out of the end zone, and he goes deep down the sideline for Gannon, and incomplete. Franta is able to break it up.
I love that play call by the Roseville offense. I just think when you're deep in your own zone and everything looks like you should be running the ball out and play conservative, let it fly, and that's an eyelash from being a nice 34, 35-yard pass right there.
Franta maybe got away with a little bit of a grab on the wrist as the ball was coming, but they were, again, kind of hand fighting and probably not going to see that one called. So now what do you do here? Third down and long here at your own 1 for Roseville.
I think if you can throw a slant pass to Horsted, you can go, or throw
Perra's
it long.
going to go deep again down the sideline. Might have been the same play, and it's the same result.
Yeah.
Franta and Gannon, same 2 guys out there. Roseville probably said that one was so close, we're going to do the same thing again. And it does not work out, and now they're going to be forced to punt from deep in their own end zone here.
We get a good look here. We can see Perra does a nice job of getting himself positioned in the pocket to throw it. Gannon does a nice job. Boy, that was a great effort by Frantic, because Gannon made the catch, and Frantic knocked it out after he collected it, but before he got down to the floor. So it's a tough punt right here for Roseville, and a very tough punt.
Short kick. It takes a Roseville bounce, and we'll get out to about the 35, which I guess all things considered is about as much as you could hope for right there, as Perra is the punter also for the Raiders, and you'll end up with about a 35-yard punt. But Maple Grove obviously great field position at the Raiders 36, and plenty of time with 3:47 to go before halftime here.
Yeah, that punt was about 7 yards in the air and 23 yards on the ground. So that's tough when you only got 11 yards to snap the ball and punt it. That's a tough kick.
So Maple Grove has moved the ball well, but had a couple of drives end short of the end zone. Pukel looking to throw. Oh, wide open down the middle and dropped. Brady Engelke had it in his hands, and it falls incomplete. They had Roseville completely fooled on that, and Engelke was wide open, and not a perfect throw, but certainly very catchable.
Boy, this is as nice as Pukel can throw the ball. That's a nice ball.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to take it back and say it was a perfect throw.
Yeah, and Brady Engelke saw too much of it.
Too open right there, I think. Oh, boy, he'd like to have that one to do again.
Yeah, that you're not going to get very many opportunities for that play in a game like this, but that's a nice shot by Pukel.
2nd and 10, stretch play to the right. Nomane, a hard cutback, and keeps his feet driving. He'll have the first down to the 23 of Roseville.
Yeah, another 12 or 13-yard run. And again, watching the blocking by the linemen and how well the running backs set their blocks up and then get up into the seam that's opened up. Very nicely done by Tahi Nomane that time.
Boy, going back to the previous one, when you have a play call like that you have in your back pocket and everything works except for you don't get the catch, you just, But they come right back with the first down. Fake the toss, and now it comes to Nomane. And he blasts his way forward down to about the 16 or so. Going to give him 7 on that one, and boy, their line has just been very good here tonight.
A really nice counter, and Maple Grove's blocking schemes, they do so much pulling of guards and tackles back and forth across the line of scrimmage that it's really tough. And they got a lot of different backfield actions with similar type blocking.
Here's Wieneke running through the first tacklers, and he'll have a first down and goal to go inside the 5 at about the 4. Wieneke running hard as well. Roseville has to be concerned. They feel great that they've gotten a couple of stops, but they have to be concerned about the way they're getting gouged up the middle on these runs.
Right. And we know that Maple Grove is not going to quit running the football in those spots, so they're just, they're going to have to toughen up. Roseville's going to have to be very tough the rest of the game to stop or even control that, like right there.
Nomane stacked up after a short gain of about a yard there. We've got Mitch Engel moving into the backfield as an extra blocker there from the offensive line spot for Maple Grove. Power formation for them. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Going to change the look a little bit, bring receivers back in, it looks like. 2nd and goal from the 3.
2nd and goal, Crimson from the 3.
Pukel tossing it back. Wieneke is going to walk on in for the touchdown. Maple Grove within an extra point of tying this one back up, as this time they're able to finish the drive. And Wieneke brings it in on the 3-yard run.
So Maple Grove gets the first touchdown of the game on the fumble recovery for a score, but doesn't get their first offensive touchdown till 1:37 to go in the half. Jay, that's a long time between scores for Maple Grove.
And Knutsen's extra point is up, and it is good. So 1:37 to go before halftime, and we are now evened up at 14 apiece as Wieneke has a huge gap to run through.
Yeah, that was, and again, they really set this up nice. You can see, it looks like he's going all the way to the sideline, and as soon as that linebacker gets even with him, he plants and goes right where that linebacker should be and isn't.
So 1:37 to go before halftime, and Roseville gonna get the football back and see if they get an opportunity to move the ball upfield.
This will be interesting to see what Roseville chooses to do with the football here at the very tail end of the half. They've got 1:37. You think that, you know, with the type of offense that they have, that's plenty of time to move the ball into scoring position.
Colvard taking it on the 11, shakes a tackle. He's shown an ability to make some people miss in the kick return game here for the Raiders, and can make you know, even when you don't really break one, you get an extra 10 yards upfield. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, the difference between starting at the 25 as compared to the 45 or the 40, not only is 20 or 25 yards, but the types of plays that you run and the relationship of your offense to the entire field is very different, and it makes a difference. It's a big deal, and it's a very nice to get that kind of a run back.
From the 34, pass complete out there to Gannon. He'll be right about at the marker. Looks like he should have enough for the first down.
He's very close, and a very nice turnout route. Looked like he had the inside route. And he gets up on the outside hip of the defender, and then makes a quick stop to the out, and the ball is right there. That's a nice pass route run by Gannon, and a nice throw by Perra.
They don't use much time either, so get the first down to the 44. Perra looks the other way for Horsted. He's got it. Brandt spins him down, but into Crimson territory for another first down. Got a 14-yard pickup this time.
And that slant route is so tough to defend. You can see there's no underneath coverage. With no underneath coverage, it's very tough to handle.
Perra getting it to Horsted, and he's just able to get out of bounds after a pickup of about 7 or 8 on this one. So he's already got 7 catches here tonight.
And we're still more than a minute and 12 to go in the half, and the ball is already to the 34-yard line. So this passing attack can chew up a lot of yardage in not much time.
Helped for Horsted to be 6'3" there too, because I thought at first he'd made a mistake by not going out of bounds right away, but he was still able to reach the boundary once he realized he should get out.
Right.
Perra rolling left, rush coming. Erich not able to bring him down. Now he floats it out, threw that one away, and incomplete. And it will bring up a 3rd and short here for Roseville, but again, time-wise, they're still in a pretty good position.
Yep. We can see Erich gets pretty good pressure, and Perra does a good job of sidestepping him and then just deciding, what the heck, I'm not going to throw it into a crowd, and puts it out over the receiver's head.
We've seen a few times Perra, you know, a lot of high school quarterbacks especially, but even some at higher levels, aren't very good at still looking downfield when they're feeling that pressure. But you could see his head's still up. He's looking at receivers even when Erich is grabbing at his leg.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had an equipment issue here. That's the officials stopped, and then finally they told Tahi Houghton, well, you're just going to have to go over and get that chin strap or helmet taken care of. We can't wait on you.
Yeah, and that means they've got to put their number 2 center in, or get him another hat, which
they're going to end up using a timeout. They feel that it's too important a situation to throw somebody in this spot. So they're going to get him out there. Just one of those things. What do you do? And it happens.
Yeah. And that issue, that's not an equipment issue where the official is going to take an official timeout to let him fix the equipment.
Yeah, they did briefly, but once it wasn't a simple thing, then a decision had to be made. You get a look at the Maple Grove fans excited about the season their team's had, but obviously having their hands full so far here tonight, even up at 14. And they had their hands full last week too. That was a tough game with Maple Grove, or with Minnetonka.
It was a very physical game, and both teams were battered when they came out of it. It was a very physical game, and Maple Grove is. They've really grown together this year, and their defense particularly is complement. Every one of those 11 guys has complemented the other 10 very nicely.
So 3rd and a couple here for Roseville as we resume play. 1:05 to go here in this first half. Roseville looking to go back ahead. Perra is going to run this one himself. Wrapped up, but he'll have enough for the first down to around the 30-yard line. So showing an added dimension as he's able to pick up some key yardage on the ground. And first down as they'll move the chains and then restart the clock here right at the 30 for Roseville. Under a minute to play now in this first half. Perra looking to throw, fires for Horsted. It's complete. Brandt able to drag him down, but he picks up about 8.
You know, it looks like that's just a hitch route, but Horsted gets 2 or 3 steps and he's 7-8 yards up the field. Again, a nice stop out, and Brandt has to respect the deep ball. That's where those early deep balls in that first touchdown were really telltale, because Brandt has to respect the speed that Horsted has, and now they're running the stop outs. It's almost impossible for a corner to stay on all 3 of those routes: the slant, the stop out, and the go.
Perra spiked the ball on 2nd down to stop the clock, so now going to be 3rd down. And a long yard here with 36 seconds to play. Now, if they run it, they're going to have to hurry up after this.
Right. Because there's no timeout left.
Here's Peckham. He will have the first down, so the clock will stop for the first down, but then they're going to chop it into play and have to hurry back up. At the 31, see if they'll spike it again. It looks like that might be the case. Yeah, he's just going to stop the clock here with 27 seconds to go here in the first half, and a 14-14 game. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 coming up for Roseville. You can see Perra definitely doesn't look rattled out there. He's a senior, one of their captains. He looks comfortable running this 2-minute drill for the Raiders.
He's a very poised young man. Even you don't see very many high school quarterbacks that have that level of poise and control in a situation where everybody around them is pretty excited.
Perra looking toward Horsted. Now he's going to throw. Horsted cutting in, makes the catch, and he's going to have a 1st and goal at about the 1, but time's going to be a factor here for the Raiders.
There's still 21 seconds. That's an awful lot of time for 2 yards.
Now they wind the clock. Perra is going to come under center and spike it here. So it'll be 2nd and goal with 18 seconds. They actually had pretty good coverage initially here, but then Horsted cutting to the middle of the field, and Collins trying to body block him to the ground.
This is where I do not agree with the D-back trying to knock a guy down, because he gets the ball all the way down there. If you just wrap him up the first time, you get help from 2 or 3 guys. You might save that play at the 5-yard line. That's a big difference between the 5 and the 2.
2nd and goal to go from just outside the 1-yard line here, and Perra will come under center now. He's going to look to throw a jump ball out to Horsted, and he's got it. Touchdown, Horsted and the Raiders. A lot of room to throw it out there on that wide side of the field, and Perra goes up top, and Horsted, 10th catch of the night. And that one is his 2nd TD.
And that was a beautifully executed fade route from the goal line. Nicely thrown ball, as we see Salinas getting in to kick the extra point, which is good. 21-14 Roseville. We take a look here. Look at the ball. It's going to come right down to Horsted, and again, both the defender, Brandt, and Horsted, the receiver, are playing physical. There's no doubt about they're helping each other out with some shoves. But Horsted's size and the accuracy of that ball, I mean, Brandt had no chance on that ball. That ball just was only going to go to Horsted or to the ground.
This isn't a criticism of Brandt, but I'm thinking at halftime, you might have to say this Horsted's good enough that one-on-one's not going to cut it in the second half. They're going to have to give Brandt some help.
They're going to have to, yeah, and that means they're going to either have to get enough pressure on Perra to sack him regularly, not just once or twice in the half, but regularly, and make him throw to other receivers.
Taken by Collins. Collins has great speed, looking for a block here. Under 10 to go in the half, and he's brought down out over the 43 to about the 44. Only 4 seconds to play here in this first half. Collins, a dangerous one here, looking to, this is really the first time they've had an opportunity to return the ball.
Yeah, and even that was a fairly short kick, but Collins picked it up.
So we'll see what Maple Grove does here. Probably, well, I would guess they're not going to be real adventurous here, but maybe see if they could break something. Going to go with the toss back, and here's Wieneke. Wieneke looking to cut it back, and he'll be stacked up at the 49. So going to be a gain of 5, and then we will reach the half. And Maple Grove trailing it at halftime here in our State Class 6A quarterfinals. Roseville 21, Maple Grove 14. We'll have first half highlights and then our second half of football here from TCF Bank Stadium.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
And welcome back here to TCF Bank Stadium along with Bill Hunstock. I'm Jay Wilcox. State football Class 6A quarterfinals, and Maple Grove undefeated coming in, trailing Roseville 21-14 after a very entertaining first half of football. So we could look at our first half highlights here. Here is Perra rolling and scrambling, and Emmanuel Erich and Franta combined to knock the ball free. Peter Olson scoops it up and runs it in with a 26-yard fumble return for a touchdown. That came just over 2 minutes in, but they come right back. And this has been a great combination all season and all night as Jesper Horsted hauls in the 31-yard pass. Perfect throw from Perra, tied up at 7. Then the Raiders go in front here as Peckham finishes the drive early in the second quarter, make it 14-7. And then a big play here for Maple Grove is Engelken gets the sack at the 1-yard line of Perra. Eventually they're forced to punt, and Maple Grove takes advantage as Clark Wieneke walks in easily for a 3-yard run as they finish the drive after having a couple of them good drives stopped. One of them is field goal, one just stopped on downs. But a great drive at the end of the half here for Roseville. Another strike down to Horsted as he gets to the 1-yard line. And then they go up top, throwing just a fade out one-on-one coverage, and Horsted able to beat it. He had 10 catches for 145 and 2 TDs in the first half. So you get a look at the halftime stats. Not a whole lot on the ground for the Raiders, plenty on the ground for Maple Grove. Nothing through the air, though, for the Crimson. And the Raiders have been very difficult to stop through the air. You see the overall numbers are quite close in this first half. We got a lot of football yet to be played. The winner will go into the semis against Rosemount the loser will be done for the season. It is Roseville 21, Maple Grove 14. Second half kickoff is coming your way next here on 12 Sports.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
A lot of offense in the first half. Roseville tough to stop through the air. Maple Grove was tough to stop on the ground. 21-14 Raiders. As we begin the third quarter, Maple Grove will get the football first. And the kicks have been, they've been able to keep it away from Collins and Wieneke for the most part, with one exception by punching the ball short. And we'll see what Salinas has in mind this time here for the Raiders. Puts his foot to it. It's a squibbler on the ground, and it's going to be fielded there, and White Cotton hangs onto it at the 33-yard line, so the Crimson offense will come on out. Overall, a pretty good half for them. They had both backs, Wieneke and Nomane getting just over 80 yards rushing, so they had one drive that ended up with a missed field goal and another one where they were stopped on downs, both down deep in Raiders territory.
Absolutely,
if they finish both of those, they're in pretty good spot.
Absolutely.
As it is, they're still, obviously not where they want to be, down 7, but confident that they can keep moving the ball, I'm sure. First down from the 33. The toss to Wieneke. Cuts it back and keeps his legs driving. Wow, he almost squirted out of there.
Yeah.
He'll get about 7 as it is, and for a second it looked like he might pop that one free.
Boy, he drives his legs so hard until he gets on the ground again. He makes a nice cutback. And right here, I thought he broke out and just gets wrapped up at the last second before he gets his right leg free. But that's a nice 7-yard gain too, Jay.
From the 40, here's Nomane taking the handoff, and Nomane, a hard collision there with Vigil, but he'll have the first down.
And again, boy, Coyne does such a nice job of setting his tailbacks up with his blocks on the linebackers that both Wieneke and Nomane are able to get 4 or 5 yards into the linebacker zone before they are hit.
First and 10 from the 47 now. Pukal turns, gives to Wieneke, and he almost broke that one through. He was just tripped up as he went through the line. Hunter Hill got a piece of him, but he'll be into Raiders territory with another nice pickup of about 8.
Watch the center and the right guard right there. Boy, that is a great combination block on the lineman and the linebacker, picking up a stunt and getting the running back into the linebacker zone before he's hit. Nice 7-8 yard gain.
And off here to Nomane, and a big gap there, and he went looking for a tackler, and Joe Farmer took the brunt of that one. Nomane probably could have had more yardage, but not as much fun if he had just made a cut there.
I thought if he just kind of weaved to his left there, he probably would have been still running, because I was sucking there. But that's an attitude. You got a running back that runs like he has a linebacker's attitude.
First down from the Raiders, 37 here. Maple Grove trying to battle back from a 7-point deficit. Pitch goes to Wieneke. This time strung out pretty well. He kept the legs going and was able to pick up some positive yardage there. That one didn't look like it was going to do much, and he ends up with at least 3, maybe 4.
4 or 5. Pretty well played by the defensive front. I was impressed with number 75 there, Dickie Olson of the Raiders, who did a nice job of fighting through a good block and then trailing the play and helping make the tackle.
2nd and 6 now for the Crimson. Pukel turns and gives to Nomane and runs straight into a couple of defenders at about the 31. Short pickup that time of a couple.
Good job by the 2 linebackers to stand Tahi Nomane up for a short gain.
And if you're Roseville right there, that's what you want to see more of in terms of getting 2 guys on and able to wrap up. They've been bouncing off people a lot, and obviously easier said than done. They're trying to do that on every play, but that time they did it. As Coyne comes in motion here on 3rd down, pitch is to Wieneke. Nice cut there. Wieneke will spin forward for a first down near the 25-yard line.
Nice, again, nice lead blocking, good push down, and nice seam for Clark Wieneke to get up into the secondary of the Raiders and get a very necessary first down.
On the 25-yard line now, Maple Grove's only thrown it twice. Pukel's 0 for 2. One time he was hit. The other time he threw a perfect strike that was dropped by Brady Engelke that would have been a touchdown. Here's the first down and 10. Handoff to Nomane, and this time well defended by the Raiders as he is ridden to the turf by Dimmler. And very short gain of about a half yard on the play.
One of the few times that first down hasn't yielded 4 or 5 yards for Maple Grove. The 2nd and 3rd and long is what Roseville is wanting to do and hasn't been able to do it very much. But we are definitely in 4-down zone as far as Maple Grove is concerned.
2nd down and 9. Handoff goes to Wieneke, and he is wrapped up and held on to that time. Good job fighting off his block. And it will bring up a 3rd and long as you give him about a yard as all on the play.
I noticed that the defenders for Roseville are getting blocked, but they fight off the blocks well enough and pursue hard that what looks to be a pretty nice play at the start has ended up a couple of times here right now not being as good.
3rd and long, handoff to Nomane. Got through the first wave, going to be short of the first down, but it'll get them a lot closer than they were, and going to leave them with a 4th and about 2. And especially after missing a field goal earlier, and especially after seeing the way Roseville's moved the ball, I think there's not much decision to be made here. They're definitely going to go for it.
Not at all, and I think that this is the telltale kind of plays. This is where Maple Grove faltered once in the first half.
4th down and 2 here for the Crimson, and a timeout taken by Maple Grove.
Boy,
Matt Lombardi was way down the sideline there.
Running down the sideline yelling for a timeout.
I saw the manager coming out with the water and wondered where's Lombo, and he had run down to make sure the official could see him.
Yeah.
So 6:24 to go here, 3rd quarter. Roseville leading Maple Grove 21-14, but a nice march here for the Crimson. But a key 4th down coming up, and they were stopped in a spot like this in the first half.
Yeah, the 4th and 2 is no easy chore. This is tough yards, particularly when you're such a run-oriented team. It's very challenging if you're so run-oriented to get, even a good play-action pass isn't going to do much for you because they haven't thrown the ball.
Well, Roseville's bent an awful lot defensively, but at times they've been able to step up in situations like this and make plays when they need to. So here we go, 4th down. Pukel's going to sneak it forward, and he will have enough for the first down. It's one play that Roseville did not appear to be ready for, and Pukel was moving and getting himself upfield before they were, and it was well blocked too, certainly.
Yep.
So that's his first rush of the night. Be first down and 10 from the 14-yard line of Roseville as Maple Grove looks to try and tie it up here on this drive, down by a touchdown. Pucco will give to Nomane, blasting forward and kept the legs spinning, and now a flag down at the end of the play here. Got to about the 10-yard line. We've not seen much yellow hankies tonight, and we'll see what this one's going to be.
This is only the third penalty of the game.
Personal foul against Roseville.
Must have been a face mask or an illegal hit after he was on the ground. It was right at the end of the play. That's going to be a half the distance and an automatic first down. See, boy, what a nice block there. Look at that. Yeah, pretty hard hit.
Oh, here's the
there
late,
it is. Yeah.
Late.
Personal foul's on, make first down, isn't it?
So it will be a second down and just a half the distance. Penalty, of course, here, but that's a big one. Maple Grove now here. They tried to go to Collins, or maybe not. He just collided with Pucco, but Pucco kept possession, got it to Wieneke, and he has got the first down inside the 2. The timing sure wasn't there on that one. Watch this. Wow, Collins.
That's
Pucco, a good thing he held onto that ball.
That's the hardest hit that Collins has had all night, and it came from his own quarterback.
3-yard gain to the Raider 2-yard line.
So first down goal to go here from the 2 now. Maple Grove trying to punch it in and get things evened up. Pucco handing it off. Wieneke will get in easily. Touchdown Crimson. The O-line continues to open up holes for Wieneke and Nomane. And Maple Grove now looking to tie it up with an extra point.
Well, that was a signature drive by Maple Grove right there. All runs, using up as many downs as they had. They had to run a 4th down.
Good rush, but Knutson gets the kick away, and it is up and through. 5:27 to go here, third quarter, and Maple Grove has battled back to tie it up. And a good long drive eating up more than half of the third quarter after taking that third quarter kickoff. It's an added bonus when you can keep Perra and crew off the field.
Absolutely, and a very nice trap block by number 76, Kenny Garlick, as he opened up that final seam for Clark Wieneke. When we've talked to both Tahi Nomane and Clark Wieneke, they both recognize that their running is not just due to their own skill and talent, that they're getting a lot of help from those 5 guys, 6 guys up front, and they recognize that, and they are very pleased to be running behind those guys. I guarantee it. And those guys like blocking for guys that run like that.
Here's the kickoff and taken at the 13-yard line. Colvard, good blocking up the sideline. Colvard finally shoved out of bounds by Engelken at about the 42-yard line. So Roseville again getting pretty good work out of their kick return game. And now Perra, he was red hot in the first half. He's had to sit through halftime and now through a long Maple Grove drive. We'll see what they've got cooked up. We'll see if Maple Grove changes anything to A, get more pressure on him, and B, maybe give a little more help on Horsted. Momentum seems to have swung back a little bit to Maple Grove after that nice march.
Right.
So Perra and crew working from their 42-yard line as the second half begins. Perra, they give it back to him on a little flea flicker, looking to go deep downfield for Horsted, and it was well covered. Maple Grove never fooled by that one. They got a little deep safety help for Brandt there too, and it falls incomplete.
Horsted came in a little bit more, I think, than Perra expected him to, because the ball is shot way to the outside the numbers, and Horsted was almost in for the hash mark when the ball was launched. So.
Not to question a flea flicker for that team, but as well as they've thrown the ball deep downfield, I don't think the defense is going to be that fooled by that, considering there. And it gets through Perra's hands. He has to chase it down. Able to avoid the rush initially. Now throwing it up for grabs into the middle and batted away. Brandt and Collins were both there. Brandt thought he was interfered with. Yeah, as Engelken not quite able to get there. Perra, this was a gamble probably doesn't want to make, although he's so confident in his receiver, Horsted. And you see Brandt got bumped, but it was more his own guy that created the impetus of that as Collins.
Yeah.
And I think, again, a good no call. They were three guys going for the football.
You know, and Horsted had his hands up in the air and hit Brandt with his chest, and he was also being hit by Collins on his back.
3rd down and 10. Perra rolling out to his right. Fires on the run. Wow, nice throw and catch. Horsted again. 11th catch of the night, and that one was clutch by both guys. Again, good coverage, but just not quite good enough to take that away.
And pretty good pressure. I mean, there's some pressure there.
First down, Raiders. The ball now at
And it looks like they're trying to get a little bit of at least inside help for Adam Brandt here.
So first down for the Raiders at the 46 of Maple Grove. I think big for them to get that first down and keep the drive alive. Perra trying to run it, but Erich will have none of that and drags him down just short of the line of scrimmage. They weren't really too fooled by that one. Perra's not run the ball a ton tonight, but enough to, show that he can do it, certainly, and got some key pickups of first downs earlier, but not that time.
And Peckham ran right by Erich, or Erich ran right by Peckham, and that allowed Erich to get in and make the play for a short loss.
2nd and 11. Perra looking, firing, and complete. And a solid catch, and then breaking a tackle, too, was Horsted as Brandt bounced off him. And let's see where they'll spot this.
Boy, and Brandt even gets a pretty good wrap up on him, and Horsted does a nice. That was the advantage of having a big, wide receiver, and just getting enough for the first down.
So down to the 36-yard line of the Crimson, first down. Roseville calmly coming back after that Maple Grove touchdown drive and putting together a nice march of their own. Perra's going to turn and hand it off this time. And a nice pickup there. Brandt peeling off to make the tackle on Tommy Arcan, getting his first carry of the night.
We see Tommy Arcan first time he's been in the tailback spot, and he's usually the slot receiver, and he's got pretty good wheels. He gets upfield in pretty good order after reading the line of scrimmage, and gets another first down for Roseville. Roseville's running the ball just enough to keep the linebackers honest, keep everybody playing where they're supposed to be, and that gives Perra plenty of opportunity to throw the football where he wants to.
From the 25, deep drop, firing, and once again has Horsted. Brandt able to wrap him up with some help. He'll be short of the first down, but a pickup of about 8.
And Adam Brandt makes as nice a break on the ball on this play as I've seen all year, and he's still not there in time. He's just playing against two guys that know each other well enough and work together well enough to put an awful lot of pressure on a single defender.
13 catches in the game now for Horsted. There's a handoff. Peckham, the ball comes loose. Maple Grove says they have it. Let's see. And it is indeed going to be Crimson football.
Oh.
Now the officials conferring guy coming in from the side is sure of his call. Roseville hoping it gets overturned. They thought he was down. And he came in and said, no, it was loose. Looked like another official or two might not have been quite as sure about it. But so Maple Grove will have it at the 20.
We get a good look here at the handoff to Peckham. Erich coming in, making the first hit, second hit. Oh, that ball's cleanly out.
Yeah,
Kicked.
no doubt about it.
Yeah, that ball's out well before he's down.
Fryer able to knock it down. And now Maple Grove. Pukal looking to go to the air, looking for Engelke, and just out of his reach and incomplete. So Maple Grove trying to loosen up the D, take a shot downfield, and again, got a receiver open, but just not quite able to hit him.
And that one was, the ball wasn't quite on the mark like it was in the first half. As Pukal throws a little long for.
And Engelke just not quite able to get there. So a 2nd down and 10 for the Crimson. They go back to the ground, and here's Nomane breaking a tackle, still on his feet, and it's a foot race here. Horsted will chase him down and then drills him out of bounds. That's going to be a late hit as well. And Maple Grove will have a huge pickup, about a 50-yard run, and then tack on the penalty as well, as Horsted clearly hit him out of bounds.
And that was a great effort, second effort by Tahi Nomane to get a broken tackle in the secondary and then having the speed to get away. And we saw how fast Horsted is. He gets across all the way across the field. But after Nomane gets out of bounds, he gives him a pretty good lick. And what I was impressed is right there, he keeps his balance, gets a block downfield, and you can see Horsted coming and making the play, but there's clearly out of bounds and a hard shot on Tahi Nomane.
So half the distance, it'll be Crimson football at the 13-yard line of Roseville now, trying to take the lead. Here's Wieneke, and he is tripped up early on. Good penetration that time defensively. Hunter Hill and others getting there to trip him up after about a 1-yard pickup.
Hunter Hill and Jackson Dobbs both making pretty good efforts there. Dobbs, coming from his linebacking spot, has been in the midst of things a lot. We haven't called his name a lot, but he's been in the midst of a lot of stuff in there.
2nd and 9 for the Crimson.
Well, this is an impressive position now by Maple Grove.
2nd and 9. Here is Wieneke trying to drag the football out of his hands as he's stacked up around the 6 or 7 yard line. Give him a pickup of 5 or so. Nomane rather on the carry.
5-yard gain to the 7-yard line.
And yards are getting tough down here now. Wieneke's coming in, Nomane heading out. Nope, they're both in together now.
3rd down and 4 from the 7 of Roseville. Tie ball game, Maple Grove trying to take the lead back. Pukel's going to run that sneak again, and they get a real good push. Boy, he might almost have it.
Yeah, he's got
it looks like they're going to spot it outside the 4.
Geez.
Looked like the whole group of them had gotten a little farther, but.
Well, that's not a great spot. Well, he was past the 3.
Yeah, I would
They
agree.
moved him back a yard. I think the linesman didn't see where the football was. He saw a bunch of red jerseys. He did not see where the football was.
So another big 4th down coming up here for Maple Grove. 4th and about a yard.
Well, I thought.
4th down play here for Pukel and the Crimson. Handoff going to Wieneke. He's met and stopped, and he will not get it. They ran off left tackle, and the Raiders were ready for it. Houghton in there defensively, and is able to get a big piece of him and get the stop. Wow, big play by the Raiders.
Yeah, really. Oh,
Horsted
big play by
there first.
Horsted. Yeah. Boy, he comes in hard from his safety spot. Not really blocked.
Yeah, they missed him trying to kick him out with the receiver, and it didn't work. And Roseville makes a huge stop.
Boy, that is a big play on 4th down for the Roseville defense to preserve the field position and you get the ball back in their hands.
From the 6, handoff goes to Peckham, and he's got a big gap. Peckham gets a block from a receiver, and he is finally down out over the 20-yard line. They'll give him a first down as he rips off a gain of about 14 on the play, and that could be the last play of the quarter if they want it to be.
Boy, look at the huge hole by the offensive line, and Peckham does a good job of getting into the secondary and pushing it hard upfield, just outside the 20-yard line.
I stand corrected. They will need to snap it before the quarter ends here. Perra looking to throw. Nobody open. Now comes back the other way. Fires. Ooh, a dangerous one there, and it's incomplete as it's well defended defensively by Corbin. That one was a gamble, certainly, on Perra's part.
Yeah, throwing back across the field and into the middle of the field is always tough, and usually not advised. And that was pretty well played for a scrambling situation. That was pretty well played by the Crimson defense.
2nd and 10, Raiders at their 20.
So we've got a 2nd down and 10. Still 3 seconds to go in the quarter. So one more play here, it looks like, for the Raiders. And Perra's going to look to run it. And a decent gainer out over the 25. He'll pick up 4 or 5 as the third quarter will come to an end on that play. It's still a real good football game here. In anybody's game, the fourth quarter winner will decide it here. 21-21, Roseville and Maple Grove. We'll be back with our fourth quarter here on 12 Sports. Great football game here tonight. Roseville 21, Maple Grove 21 after 3 quarters of play here from TCF Bank Stadium. You're watching the State Class 6A quarterfinals here on 12 Sports. And reminder, you can watch the Osseo Totino Grace game coming up Friday night from the Metrodome as they battle for a second time this season in another quarterfinal game in Class 6A. That's the 4 versus 5 seed. So 3 Northwest Suburban teams making it in Class 6A and 1 in Class 5A, Andover. Pretty good showing by the conference here in the state playoffs this year. So here's a big third down play coming up for the Raiders. Perra looking to throw, and it's complete. Guess who? Horsted, 14th catch of the night. And he will have enough easily for the first down.
But he's just running great routes. And the ball is out in 2 seconds, and I'm impressed with Adam Brandt's defense. He's playing it close. It's just that the timing between Perra and Horsted is so good.
Rolling to the right this time. Rush coming, but he gets rid of it, and another strike, and it is Horsted again. Wow. This is a phenomenal showing here by a quarterback and receiver. Going to be a pickup of 14 more and another first down.
You can see that as he sprints to his right, all of the defenders on the line of scrimmage are getting picked up by somebody, and he's getting a chance to look upfield. He's looking at one guy, but the route running is very good in spite of the good defense by Adam Brandt.
From the 48-yard line now, first down for the Raiders. Perra, little fake now going up top looking for Horsted, and he's got it. Somehow he grabbed that one between Brandt and Collins, and it'll be first and goal to go here for the Raiders.
Well, here we see a nice fake on the pump, and Collins gets as good and Adam Brandt doesn't bite on the stop and go, and Adam Brandt and Isaac Collins got to be asking themselves, well, what do we got to do? We both hit him. He still caught the ball.
Bill, we've been doing this a long time, and I got to say this is without a doubt the best receiver performance I've ever seen in a game we've done.
Absolutely, and the best combination of a thrower and a catcher that I've seen in many years.
Peckham is blasted by Isaac Collins, not a real big guy, but that time he came up, the sophomore, good open field one-on-one tackle and takes on Peckham and stops him right at the line of scrimmage.
Here you see sophomore Isaac Collins, who is not a big guy, but he shows you that you get in and get good form tackle, get your chest on the running back in a good low position and get a good strike. You can knock a much bigger guy down with a good form tackle.
Well, they've got Horsted out far side of the field again, and a little wildcat action here, and Peter Olson's having none of that as he is able to wrap up Arcand and drop him for a big loss. See where they're going to spot this one ultimately as he back forward progress will be back to around the 11, but still a big loss as they completely whiffed on Olson and he's able to wrap him up.
Loss of 5 yards to the Maple Grove 11-yard line.
Trying to pull the football free, and then at the end they dragged him down. So
3rd and goal from the 11. I just don't count these, I just don't count Horsted out of anything, especially with Perra throwing the ball. Coach Simdorn taking a timeout.
I'm sure they were trying to catch Maple Grove off guard, obviously, with their little wildcat last time, but not to second guess, but when you got a quarterback who's been throwing the ball as well as Perra, I think I want the ball in his hands every snap, not they tried to bring Arcand in and get him going on a quick
play. Yeah.
Maple Grove, of course, last week was the feast and famine with the Wildcat as well. Collins came in and scored what proved to be the winning touchdown. But then late in the game, he and Wieneke collided and fumbled and really opened the door for Minnetonka when they should have been able to put him away.
Just close it out, yeah.
Be a 3rd down. Not to look ahead because they've obviously got a chance to get it right here, but be interesting to see if Roseville would be looking at potentially a 3 if they don't make it here, or if it's touchdown or nothing on this drive for them.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of leg Salinas has in terms of field goal kicking, but
Perra looking over. I don't think they had 11 out there. Somebody coming off and now somebody coming on. I wonder. Still plenty of time on the play clock, and here we go with the 3rd down. Perra shooting it out toward the sideline and incomplete. Trying to go to Horsted, one of the few times that they haven't been able to connect. And now we're going to get our answer. It does not look like they're thinking field goal here.
And Adam Brandt does a great job right here of getting right to the receiver at the moment that the ball is there and making a hard enough collision. That is well played by Adam Brandt. You're not going to see high school corners play much better than that, especially against the guy that's caught 15 balls in his face all night too.
Huge play right here. 4th down, goal to go for the Raiders. They're having to scramble down to 5 to go on the play clock. Perra takes the snap, stepping forward, throws and incomplete. He had a man all alone there, Colvard, but unable to hit him. Catchable ball, but thrown low, and Maple Grove is able to hold on downs, and they'll take over the football. They really kind of lost track of Colvard here.
Yeah.
Let's see, this one is, oh no, it's not low at all. It's right on him.
Right between the 2 and the 4.
I was trying to give Colvard a little benefit of the doubt, thinking that he had to reach a little bit for that ball, but like the one earlier to Engelke for Maple Grove, there's just no apologizing for that throw for the quarterback. It was perfect.
And both teams now have made nice defensive stands deep in their zone, and this continues to be a close game.
Here's Nomane taking the handoff and drives forward for 6 or 7 there. Boy, Roseville's got to look at that as a really missed opportunity. It was perfect play design, and Colvard was in the flat all alone and just plain dropped it.
And now their defense is really going to be pressured because you know that with 8:30 to go in the game and already having had a 6.5-minute drive earlier in the third quarter, that Maple Grove is going to try to chew up as much clock as they can.
Wieneke driving forward, Hunter Hill on the tackle, and he'll be close to a first down, but looks like just short.
The ball's just over the 20-yard line, but he needs to get past the 21.
Close enough that they're potentially going to measure, or at least take a long look.
Just across the 20. Officials timeout to measure.
And short, but not by much.
Well, I thought it was short by a lot more than that.
So third and about a half yard coming up here for the Crimson. 8:20 to go in the ball game. A 21-21 tie. Maple Grove making a big stop courtesy of a fourth down drop by Roseville on what should have been a touchdown. Puko, a little mix-up in the backfield, but they get it to Nomane, and you'll have the first down and more. Nomane cutting it back and out over the 40. Things did not go smoothly really in the backfield there, but they still get a 20-yard gain out of it.
Well, and if you're going to make a mistake, make a 21-yard mistake go in the right direction.
It might have been supposed to be what it was, a fake to coin, but it didn't look too smooth.
It didn't look smooth, yeah. And Pukel was kind of wandering around back there wondering who do I give the ball to, which you don't want on a 3rd and 1.
So 1st and 10, Crimson just over their 40-yard line here, and trying to retake the lead here, and ideally retake the lead using all of the rest of the clock too, as Bill said. And now they're going to use a timeout. So Coach Lombardi will come on out and visit with his guys a little bit here. Really entertaining football game here, Bill. Is you know, a lot of the guys that we've heard about, obviously we've seen Maple Grove a lot more, but the guys we've heard about from Roseville are every bit as good as advertised, and Maple Grove, I think, has played, you know, maybe not their best game, but they've played well.
I would be hard-pressed to say this is the 4th time I've seen Maple Grove this year, and you know, they've looked good and very effective against a couple of teams that weren't quite up to their level, but the last 2 games against Minnetonka and tonight against Roseville, I would say that these are as good a games as you're going to see in high school football anywhere.
Here's the first down play now as Collins comes in motion, handoff to Wieneke. He breaks through the first tackle and will pick up about 3 there. They had a chance to nab him in the backfield, but Wieneke doesn't go down from first contact. It looks like he's hurt. Wieneke holding that maybe shoulder or arm.
Probably got a stinger there, yeah. That's a very much a stinger posture right there.
Nomane's coming in. Let's see what happens with Wieneke if it's when he goes down.
2nd and 7, Crimson from their
it didn't look like it didn't look like one of those where your arms planted.
No, probably landed on his shoulder.
And Nomane is stacked up, and one of the few times that he's been kind of driven down and thrown down a little bit there is Dobbs got him.
Dobbs had a pretty good game tonight, and so now we're at 3rd and 7. This is unusual for Maple Grove, particularly in this half, that they're at 3rd and 7 or 8. This is a tough decision.
Fake it to Collins, go to Nomane, and he is brought down in the backfield. Nice defensive stop there for the Raiders by Miller.
Yeah, Sean Miller does a nice job of getting penetration. They haven't really, in this possession, they haven't really done as well with faking the jet sweep and running the counter. As we can see, Miller doing a good job of getting upfield and and pressuring that play.
Might have been Dimmler, I think. His jersey was kind of askew there.
Yeah.
Jebado on to punt for the very first time tonight. And Kovard will take the ball at the 20. Come to think of it, that's really only the second punt we've seen. One for each team tonight.
One for each team.
And you see them working with Wieneke over there on that arm.
Yeah, that looked to me like a classic stinger that you get when your shoulder dings and it gets dinged, and it isn't a serious thing because it's just a shock to the nerve that goes down your arm, but it doesn't feel real good.
I hope you're right, because my thought when I saw his posture was more like dislocated shoulder, something like that. So from the 20, first down Raiders, a little past the halfway point of the fourth quarter in a tie football game. Here is the give, and not much doing off the right side for Peckham. Maple Grove getting there in quick order, and will hold them to a gain of 1 or so.
And Crimson defense stiffening on the first down run. Peckham's had a couple of pretty nice runs tonight. He's probably got over, 40, 50 yards rushing tonight, or close to it. And
about 35.
35, okay. So that's a good defensive play, forces second and long.
Perra, rush coming off his back foot. He throws a little short, and it is Brandt coming up with the interception at midfield. Brandt has had his hands full all night, but he comes up with a huge play right here with the pick for the Crimson. They sent a safety, Engelken, and kind of an ill-advised throw that time, and Brandt winning. This time it wasn't against the taller Horsted, it was Arkand.
Yeah.
And Brandt took it right away from him.
That was perfectly played by Brandt from the inside out. From the underneath, he had the right position. A pretty not a bad ball by Perra, and it's only his 5th interception in 11 games. So that's a great play by Adam Brandt.
Handoff here to Nomane. Did we have the flag? Yes, we did. Looked like illegal shift is going to be called on the Crimson.
Yeah, they were not set for a second after the shift. So that's going to cost them 5. It's going to be 1st and 15.
Looks like Nomane is probably going to have to carry the load here as Wieneke went down with the injury, but not a bad guy, obviously, to just that they've generally been splitting carries. And
right. And Clark Wieneke is still sitting on the sideline, the bench there. It takes a little while for that. If it is a stinger, it takes a little while for that to shake itself out. It's not a serious thing.
So they've been running plays in with those guys, which is one thing that'll change a little bit. Now it's Isaac Collins in the backfield behind Puko. And Collins is going to get the pitch here. Cuts it up, and Horsted makes a tackle on him. Well, as much as we raved about Horsted on offense, he's had some pretty big impact defensively, too.
He's a pretty complete football player. He's a pretty complete football player.
Carries to midfield.
And you see they're still working on Wieneke over there. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10. He got basically the penalty yardage back right there. Under 4.5 minutes to play here in the ball game, and we're tied up at 21 apiece. Puko gives it to Nomane, and that one was well defended. Wrapped up there by Dobbs. And not much of a gain, if anything, there. Just nothing on that one.
And one of the things that we had talked about early is looking to see if Maple Grove could kind of wear down the Roseville defense, and really now in the fourth quarter, the Roseville defense, 4 or 5 of those guys have stepped up and played pretty well and stopped the Maple Grove runners on plays that they had broken for big yardage earlier.
Play action. Puko looking to throw, and he's got his man, and Engelke makes the catch. What a time for your first completion of the night. 15-yard strike for a first down.
And this is a nice ball by Puko. He's thrown a couple of nice balls tonight, but this is a nice one, and Engelke makes a nice catch after being hit pretty hard by Joe Farmer.
First and 10 Crimson at the Raider
Boom,
35.
right there. A lot of guys let that ball pops away from you when you get hit in the hips like that.
Toss back goes to Collins, and he is wrapped up after a short gainer there as
Isaac Collins, number 3, carries.
As Dobbs got to him and took him down. About a 1-yard pickup there for Collins. Yeah, there it looks
that's
like
a little more than a stinger now.
Yeah, Wieneke is getting a wrap. Yeah, I think it is a shoulder blow.
Yeah, I think you're right.
2nd and 9 upcoming for the
So
Crimson.
Nomane coming back in now. 2nd down and 9 here, under 3 minutes to play. Maple Grove, you'd like to use up the remainder of the time and ideally score a touchdown here. Puko looking to throw, play action, and incomplete. Oh, they're going to throw the flag. It was over Brandt's head. And
wow,
Roseville, I'm sure, saying this ball wasn't close enough for. He might have made contact a little early, but at first glance, I'm saying this ball's not close enough.
A little bit too high, but yeah, that's a. But you can see Brandt breaks open pretty good, and yeah, ball might have been a little high, but what makes it interference is that the defender never played the ball. He never saw the football. He went right after the receiver.
Boy, that's a big play.
Yep.
Down to the 20 now. 1st and 10 here for the Crimson. 2:40 to go in the football game. Collins takes the handoff, and he'll rip off a gain of about 5 on the play before he's dropped by Dominic Weicker. Maybe 4, it looks like. They're continuing to rotate backs now. It's just that it's Collins and Nomane rather than Wieneke.
And Collins, Collins has kind of come into his own as a running back the last few weeks, and he's a tough kid. He plays very hard defensively, and he's a tough guy to bring down one-on-one.
2nd and 6. Nomane is met early, and he'll get to the line, and that's it. Dobbs surging in to make the play. And we've got a timeout taken, I think. Officials conferring here. What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a timeout signal.
The linesman signaled a timeout.
Yeah, Roseville did take one, yep.
1:55 minutes to go in the game. Now the question is, how are you going to play this last couple of minutes, Jay? If you're Maple Grove, obviously you want to get a touchdown, but you got 2 downs to get 7 or 8 yards, and the yardage has been tough on the ground here the last few minutes.
Yeah,
if you get a field goal, you're going to definitely put some pressure on the defense, but we know that Roseville can score in 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining now. Maple Grove has thrown the ball a little bit, one time getting a key completion, one time getting a key penalty. So not out of the question that they could look to go to the air here. They've got Collins in the backfield. Here we go, 3rd down. Puko looking to throw, swings it out to Collins. Collins has his feet cut out from under him on a great tackle by Colvard.
My goodness. Colvard came up really hard on that. Nice throw and grab, but look at Colvard coming up and taking Collins right down. No gain. Actually a little bit of a loss.
Roseville's going to take a timeout here because Collins did not end up out. He hits down inbounds before he slides out, so correctly ruled that the clock would continue to run there.
So now a very tough decision. You actually lost 2 yards on that play.
Roseville's final timeout of the second half.
Ball resting on the 18.
Knutson in there, so.
Yeah, Knutson is out there. Looks like they are going to line up to try a field goal to go ahead. Be a 35-yarder.
Showing a lot of confidence in the sophomore kicker.
because of the fact that they've got this long distance to go on this 4th down, I like this call. If you feel good about Knutson, in which they obviously must.
And earlier in the game, he definitely had the distance. Just the ball slid off to his left a little bit. The first field goal attempt.
From the 35-yard try, good snap. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is no good. Wide to the left. He had enough distance, but misses wide left, and now Maple Grove's defense will come out and try and put a stop against Perra and crew. Tough thing to be a kicker. You're not playing most of the night, and you come out and you can be the hero or the not hero, and not quite able to knock that one through. Got, again, plenty of leg, but missed it wide left.
You miss it wide left twice from each hash mark, so it's a fine. It doesn't look like it's that hard, but I guarantee you stand at the 25-yard line and you look, you see how far that is. That's a pretty good kick.
First down now for Perra and crew. They're out of timeouts. Perra looking to throw, fires complete to Colvard, cutting it back across the middle and hit hard at the 35. They'll stop the clock for the first down there after a gain of 15. First catch for Colvard tonight. He had one that should have been obviously earlier for a touchdown, but wasn't able to hang on a 4th down play.
Here's the hurry up from Roseville.
Perra rolling to his left, wants Horsted, and he's got him again, and he'll get out of bounds at the 46. Gain of 11 more, his 17th catch of the night.
Boy, I don't know. The challenge that is now for Maple Grove is, I think, incredible, because everybody in the place knows where the ball is going, and these two guys seem to have it figured out at least pretty well as to where they're going and why.
First down play, they pick up the blitz pretty well. Perra now stepping up, throws on the run, and he's got Horsted for another first down inside Crimson territory, just inside the 40.
We can't see it so well, but you watch after the pressure here, and then Horsted comes back to the ball 6 yards to make that grab and keeps his feet inbounds, and he's shadowed by Adam Brandt the entire way.
Minute 22 to go. They've moved up the field in good order here. Again, no timeouts remaining for Roseville, so any play where they're brought down inbounds is going to tick off quite a bit of time. Perra looking to throw, now stepping up, scrambling, in trouble, trying to get rid of it, and he does, and it'll be incomplete as they run out of space. Olsen on pretty good coverage there, trying to go to Colvard.
Yeah. And Perra is able to buy himself a lot of time. White Cotton can't quite get to him. Just taking a chance that ball isn't caught. It's going to be, it's going to be out of bounds anyway. So, clock stops with 1:13 to go in the game.
Second down and 10 now. Maple Grove would dearly love to get a sack here. Perra again has pretty good time, fires, and incomplete. It was behind Horsted. He had to reach back. He got his hands on it, but got hit just as the ball was getting there, and it's incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Another really fine defensive play by Brandt. I was watching Horsted all the way, and I thought he had that play made. And watch Adam Brandt get there and gets a little help from Engelken to break that thing up.
Yeah, the throw is definitely behind him,
yes.
So Horsted couldn't protect the ball with his body. He had his hands exposed, and Brandt saw that and made a good chop on him. So 3rd down and 10 here for Roseville. Perra looking to step up, and he's going to run, and he's got some room, and he's going to get the first down, driven out of bounds by Olsen after a gain of about a dozen, and a first down pickup, and a gutsy run here for Perra.
Well, they left the single receiver on the left side covered one-on-one, and hello.
Well, Raiders fans are upset, but the contact
was
occurred
inbounds.
inbounds.
Yeah,
He
clean.
got driven out of bounds a long
he got
ways.
He got shoved pretty hard, but he went a long ways. But it was clearly Olsen's contact was inbounds.
I think a lot of fans are used to watching the NFL where anything remotely close like that is now a flag on the defense.
There you go.
So first down inside the 30 at about the 29 for Roseville. And here's Horsted with yet another catch. And they drag him out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Here's another nice grab by Horsted, turning his body, getting himself in good position.
Well, they're not quite going to have the first down, actually.
No,
It'd be about a 9-yard gain, and I think they're fortunate that they ruled him out of bounds there.
Actually stopped the clock. He actually was, the linesman was stopping the clock before he went out of bounds, which I'm not quite understanding that. If the forward progress of the ball is stopped, then they should have been inbounds.
Second and short here. Perra looking to go up top to Horsted in traffic and off Brandt's hands. Triple coverage there, and it's incomplete. Brandt ended up having the best shot at that one, got his fingers on it, but couldn't bring it in. You see that time Corbin out there.
Yep. Corbin giving a little extra help on.
And Brandt over the top, and Brandt almost came up with that one, and Collins coming there too. They're finally saying, you know, we've seen enough of 7 beating us here.
Yeah, he's in with a less than a minute to go in the game. We need to get after this guy, but now we might see a run here.
Yeah, I was
just
thinking
because
the same
they want
thing.
to get the first down, and you probably don't want to wait till 4th down to do that.
Here's Peckham. He'll have the first down. He gets to the outside, looking to get a block, and down he goes at the 9. The clock stops for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal to go from the 9. And then they'll wind the clock. We'll see if the Raiders will get up there and spike it, or if they're just going to feel they've got enough time to go.
Well, nice run by Peckham. He gets to the flank and really forces the issue and makes a nice run to get a first down.
Perra rolling out, firing, and incomplete. Horsted was well covered, and Erich was starting to get in his face a little bit, and you had to get rid of that one, and not much there. Throws it out of play, so it'll be a 2nd down and goal to go for Roseville. Down to the wire here, 35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Still tied up at 21 apiece.
and if they don't score, we're going to do an overtime.
Interesting to see, you know, obviously it's only 2nd down and they've still got time,
right.
But if they didn't score, will they
attempt
field goal?
Yeah. And again, we don't know much about Salinas as a kicker, whether he'd be good from here or not.
Perra looking to throw. Plenty of time, stepping up. Now throws it off his back foot and incomplete, trying to go in the back of the end zone to Gannon. Franta was there defensively. And now 3rd down, 26 seconds to go.
My goodness. Well played by Sam Franta. Boy, he really did a good job with that. Ball was a little bit high, but still, that was as good as it's going to get.
3rd down, goal to go from the 9-yard line for the Raiders. A little bit slow bringing stuff in. Keep in mind, with this far to go, scrambling for it is not impossible, but becomes less likely. There's not much field to defend. Perra looking out to his left, now in trouble, throws on the run and incomplete. Roseville wanting a flag, but not going to get it, looks like, as Franta was there defensively. And now you've got decision time. Looks like they're bringing the field goal unit on. He was covered initially, and then Fryer gets some pressure in the throw out for Gannon. And Franta was pretty physical on that.
Yep.
Salinas coming on to try a field goal, trying to do what Knutson wasn't able to do at the other end. This would be a 26-yarder. Jake McKenzie, the backup quarterback, is the holder. Salinas for the lead. Here's his kick. And it is up, and it is good. And with 16 seconds to go, Roseville goes back in front, 24-21.
That was a heck of a series for Roseville. Clutch kick by the young kicker, Jose Salinas, a junior. Here we get a good look at the ball coming off.
Yeah,
right
got
down,
that one
right
nice
down right down the pike there.
Got under the ball a little bit. It was a little bit of a chip shot, but still had plenty to get it through. And you saw a pretty decent rush from the outside.
Yeah.
A great attempt, but Roseville, boy, we see the one kicker not quite able to do it. A little bit longer of a try.
Yep.
And then Salinas able to boom that one on through. And so Roseville comes up the field in a hurry and not able to punch it in the end zone, but they do go ahead 24-21. And so little time left for Maple Grove now. Something huge is going to have to happen right away. Yeah. I got to believe this kick is not going to be anything up in the air to give them any chance to return it.
Absolutely not. And I would think that, Maple Grove is, if he kicks it short, Maple Grove might end up with fairly decent field position. You never know what's going to happen there. That's a good kick right there. That goes
on the
deep
ground,
enough.
But it gives Collins an opportunity to get something going. Collins to the 35 and cut down at the 36 with 9 seconds to go in the ball game. And not that it makes much difference with this little time left, but just one timeout left for Maple Grove. So you could, in theory, complete a ball down the middle, take a knee, and use your timeout right away.
Right.
But that really isn't that much of a factor.
And I would guess that Roseville is going to have most of their defensive backs, at least 3, maybe all 4 of them at 20, 25 yards. You can give up 25, 30 yards even down the middle, and
Puko out of the gun here. We'll see if maybe they try and swing one out to Nomane coming out of the backfield. No, Puko's going to look to throw deep down the sideline. Jump ball situation, and it is intercepted by Roseville's Colvard, and the Raiders will take it over with 2 seconds to go, and they are going to win this football game and move on into the semifinals. Puko just, at this spot, it's all you can do is give your guy a chance, and it's well underthrown and well covered as well, and Colvard picking it off, and the Raiders are a little bit excited as well. They should be.
Say the least. Coach Simdorn there, very excited for his players, and very disappointing loss for Maple Grove. They've rolled through the regular season and played very tough opponents in the playoffs here, and done pretty well, but that's the end of this one.
So a 24-21 victory for Roseville will end Maple Grove's season in the state Class 6A quarterfinals, and a great run for the Raiders, and good luck to them as they move into the semis against the Rosemount Irish, who came out and put on a great performance here on this field before this one. And Maple Grove hurts an awful lot right now, Bill, but it's been a great year for them. Conference champions and into the state tournament for the first time since the early 2000s, but there has to be a winner and has to be a loser.
Yeah, that's right.
Great football game here.
And both teams did what they do well the entire game. You just cannot criticize anything that either team did, and it was just a great game to watch. I was very impressed with both teams and how they handled themselves and how hard they played. This was a fun game to watch.
So again, the Crimson will have their season ended tonight with a 10-1 record. Congratulations to Coach Matt Lombardi and his staff and players for a great year, and they'll end a little bit short of where they wanted to end up, but the program definitely on the right track right now. So they lose at 24-21. Again, reminder, you can watch for one of the Crimson's big rivals, Osseo, in action against Totino Grace in the quarterfinals on Friday and over the weekend here on 12 Sports. Well, that's going to do it here from TCF Bank Stadium. For Bill Hunstock and all of our 12 Sports crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Roseville 24, Maple Grove 21, our final score.